Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman and welcome to another Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. I'm here every day this week, Monday to Friday, training your brain to be sharper and smarter with puzzles that will educate, they will entertain, and they will irritate you. So make sure you subscribe, you follow and you like to get the next episode as soon as it drops. We are here with 10 brand new questions every day to stretch your mental muscles. Today, of course, it's Tuesday. So if you haven't played yesterday's episode yet, go back and give that one a go as well, perhaps. And if this is your first time playing Perfect 10 at all, then welcome to our family. We've got loads of episodes on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. So go back, perhaps, and have a go at some of our older episodes. They only take 10 minutes each, after all. Okay, at the end of yesterday's Perfect 10, I left you with this question. Which Hollywood actress is an anagram of the word Germany? Well, I'll have what she's having. The answer is Meg Ryan. And well done if you got that right. But as you well know by now, no points for anagrams. That was just to keep you thinking between shows. But now we start to play for points. By the way, have you cracked a daily Perfect 10 yet? Could today be the day? Let's find out. Question 1. Your starter for a Perfect 10. A conchologist, spelt CONCHOLOGIST, a conchologist, is someone who studies what? Where have you heard that word before? Could a point be on the cards for you straight out of the gate? Well, let's see. Moving on to question 2, it's our sound round. Hearsay. Which well-known phrase or saying is hidden in these sounds?
Oh no, I've dropped my haricot, runner and cannellini and they've gone everywhere.
Hearsay, say what you hear. Sounds like someone has a lot to say there. What is the phrase I'm looking for? Answers, as always, after today's final question. We call question 3 our Carol lateral thinking round, and today we're thinking about time. Which clock tells the correct time the most often? The one that loses a minute a day, or the one that doesn't work at all? Well, I promise there's a right answer here. One of these options is better than the other. So pick one. Our next round is for Masters of Memory. It's our memory round. Listen to the clip. Retain as much information as you can, and a question will follow. Here we go.
Welcome to paradise. The Casa Deluxe isn't just a hotel complex. It's your home away from home. With 5 miles of unspoiled beaches and the best sunsets in the Balearic Islands, this grand and opulent resort boasts 6 bars, 4 swimming pools, 3 restaurants, and 2 entertainment complexes. Choose from one of our 50 sea view rooms, or for a little more privacy, one of our 8 exclusive beach huts, each with their own private jacuzzi. Our staff are on hand 24 hours a day, and with Sammy the Seal's Kids Club, you'll have all the time you need to relax and unwind here at the Casa Deluxe.
Well, doesn't that sound nice? It's almost a shame that it's an entirely fictional holiday resort. But the question is this: how many pools are there in this hotel complex? It was all in the clip, so reach back into your mind and see if you can pull the answer to the front and earn a point. We're almost halfway through today's questions. How are you doing? Is your score better than yesterday's? Are you maybe even heading for that elusive Perfect 10? Well, our next 3 questions are the 3 Fs. Frivolous, familiar and fun. Question 5 is this. The Dog in the Pond pub is regularly seen in which television soap? Don't forget, you can always send me your favourite puzzles and riddles. I love trying to solve them as much as I love setting them. Message me, please, at Perfect10Carol on Facebook, Insta, or head on over to our website, perfect10.uk, for more details. We share our favourites with the rest of the Perfect 10 family on socials and maybe even right here on the podcast. Here's question 6. How is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta better known? There's another name that this lady goes by, and one that we're all probably a lot more familiar with, but what is that name? Here's question 7. Which toy line was marketed as robots in disguise? Any children of the 1980s listening, that one was for you. All right, question 8, 1 in, 1 out, where you have to either swap or remove one letter in a word to make a new one. Here we go. Which letter can you change in the word pump, P-U-M-P, to make one of the 90s biggest bands? We call question 9, I know this, and I think that if you apply just a little bit of logic, you might get a point for this. What do the French call a mathematical pie chart? Here's a clue. Think of something round and French. And that's almost it for today. Here's question 10. And as always, it's my daily riddle. A woman shoots her husband, holds him underwater for 5 minutes, then hangs him for a day. How does he survive? And that's today's Perfect 10. Give yourselves a round of applause. The answers are coming up, so if you need to rewind and pause, be my guest, now is the time to do so. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And if you want to entertain, educate and irritate me, send me your puzzles too at Perfect 10 Carol on social media. You can also find lots and lots of exclusive content, bonus questions over on my social channels. So click follow on Facebook, Insta and TikTok for an extra hit of Perfect 10. Right, did anybody at all score a Perfect 10? Time to find out. Here come the answers. Question 1. A conchologist is someone who studies what? And the answer is shells. If you look at the first 5 letters, you have a conch there, or a conch, as the Americans would call it, which is a type of shell. Question 2 was another tricky hearsay. I asked you which well-known phrase or saying was hidden in these sounds.
Oh no, I've dropped my haricot, runner and cannellini.
And the answer is spill the beans. Well done if you got that right. Question 3. Which clock tells the correct time the most often? The one that loses a minute a day or the one that doesn't work at all? And the answer is the one that doesn't work at all. It will always be correct twice a day, but the one that loses a minute a day will not be correct again for a very, very long time. Question 4, on memory round, the question was, how many pools are in this hotel complex? The answer is 4 pools. And well done if you managed to remember that. Question 5, into the 3 Fs. The dog in the pond pub is regularly seen in which television soap? And the answer is Hollyoaks. Hollyoaks has been on our screens for almost 30 years, can you believe? And has featured cameos from the likes of Boy George, McFly, Nick Grimshaw, Paul McKenna, and even the Lord Baron Andrew Lloyd Webber himself. Question 6. How is Stefani Joanne Angelina Germanotta better known? Well, I gave you a tiny little clue earlier. The answer is, of course, and she's wonderful, Lady Gaga. Apparently, she chose the name as a tribute to the Queen's song, Radio Gaga. Question 7. Which toy line was marketed as Robots in Disguise? And the answer is Transformers. Robots in Disguise. Well done, 80s kids. But now we head into the 90s. Question 8 was, of course, 1 in, 1 out. Which letter can you change in the word pump to make one of the 90s biggest bands? Well, if you change the letter M for a letter L, you get the band Pulp, P-U-L-P. Question 9, I know this, but did you? What do the French call a mathematical pie chart? Well, if you think of something round, think of something French. Did you think of a camembert, cheese? Well, if you did, you just got yourself a point. The French actually call mathematical pie charts camembert. If you got that right, Gouda for you. See what I did there? Anyway. Oh dear. And finally, question 10 was a daily riddle. A woman shoots her husband. She holds him underwater for 5 minutes, then hangs him for a whole day. How does he survive? Well, quite easily, because she is a photographer using that old-fashioned thing called film in her camera. She shoots a picture onto the film, she develops it, she rinses it in water for 5 minutes, and then she hangs it out to dry, to develop. how did you do? Did you score a perfect 10? If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to the podcast, follow us on YouTube and across our social channels so you don't miss out on any of our episodes or bonus social-only questions. And if you're still hungry for more, join our Perfect 10 mailing list by heading over to our website, perfect10.uk. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. And our brains are 10 times sharper than they were 10 minutes ago. That's nearly it for today. But before I go, I'll leave you with an anagram. Which fiery chef is an anagram of Dragon Mayors? Dragon, D-R-A-G-O-N. Mayors, M-A-Y-O-R-S. The only way to find out is to tune in tomorrow, where I'll have 10 more brain-tickling questions to entertain, to educate, and to irritate you. I'm Cara Vorderman. That was my perfect 10. I hope you have a perfect day.